Hello, everybody. Michael is, of course, moderating in the chat, and I thank him very much for joining us, everybody. Thank you, Matthew. Yayo Daddy. If you're new here, my name is Fedra, and welcome to the channel. As I often call you guys, you are my moon tribe because it is the new moon in Aquarius today. And I jumped on a little bit early, actually. I mean, I'm right spot on now at 9 o'clock. And I had just one more little clipping. You see, I got my little notes for Aquarius energy because it is very peculiar and intense energy with this solar eclipse. Let me grab that. Okay. It'll be for later, but it's important. We have to have our little reminders, don't we? Just to be organized. You know, this is such an intense time. I don't know if you all want to share in the chat, but from what I've heard from others, they were saying that they were experiencing really strange dreams. A lot of people went into like nature and doing hikes because they had to get out of just all the interference of the web. And also they were getting sick. A lot of people lately have been getting sick. And so how I see it is just a lot of transference, a lot of energy happening, and really all of us kind of determining, you know, how to handle this energy that's really coming at us. Let me know if you can hear me okay over the music. I always like to balance out. Just put it just down a little bit and we'll see. Oh, that's great to hear you, Daddy. So some high dream activity. I had a very, very strange dream. Music is perfect. Okay, thank you, Matthew. And I can't even explain it. They're not nightmares. They're not positive. They're just a lot of things happening. And, you know, later on we want to diagnose it, right? We want to just see like what is happening. What's going through the subconscious versus the conscious mind. Now, as I always do, I want to give the grace and attention to every sign. So it is Aquarius. So if you are an Aquarius watching, or if you watch me on the replay, happy birthday. I personally only know a few Aquarius, but man, do they always stand out. So I'm just going to go over really quick before I dive into the tarot about the positives and negative traits of a sun sign Aquarius, meaning that they were born on the month and day within the Aquarius cycle. But keep in mind, maybe some of these aspects of yourself are coming up now during this moon cycle. This moon cycle will be up until March, where I'll dive into that a little bit later, and see if there's any of these positive traits that you can adapt in this Aquarian, you know, cycle. And we are in the age of Aquarius. I will go into a little bit of that later. But when we go to the negative side, don't even see it as a negative. See it as the parts of yourself that you need to strengthen, dear Aquarians. And if you're not an Aquarius like myself, maybe we can look at ways that we can even develop in these areas. So, what's the best thing about an Aquarius? They are intuitive thinkers, highly intelligent. I think if we could pair a Scorpio and an Aquarius, they would be the best detectives. Humanitarian heart. They're all about community. They're all about the greater good. They're very independent and free-spirited. We don't have to always think free-spirited like a hippie. We can think about free-spirited in the sense that they drum to their own drum. And whatever they're going to do, they're going to do it. And they're going to do it in their such unique and proud way. They are emotionally objective. They are great to have as a mediator. They will look at everything, not just even on ground level, the big picture, the whole picture, nothing but the picture. So it's great to debate with them refreshingly if you want, because they're not going to be the one that's aggressive. If you go to us, like the earth signs, we're going to get emotional about our objection, whereas a lot of air signs, they don't. They're very, to the point, diplomatic, and that's what's really awesome about air signs. We need that from you. They are very unique and original. So they really don't just stand out in a sense of fashionably or visually, just in their stance and an opinion. They do stand out, and we need them more than ever during this age. So yes, I'm calling you out to step up a little bit. They can emotionally detach, and detach in a sense that they can be really cold. And so we don't need that right now in the world. We need more love. All we need is love. They're quite rebellious for no reason sometimes. They just want to rebel. They just want to be that different, They can be aloof or hard to read. So super flaky, never knowing if they're going to be reliable, to the point where you don't really know what they're thinking or feeling, and that is problematic in how they connect to others. They're extremely opinionated and stubborn in the mindset, so that's very true. Once they have a particular opinion, it's going to take a lot to either prove them wrong or to open and expand. I've seen it happen, but I am happy to say that I think with, technology, with the ability to share your opinion more and more, I think we are expanding overall in our consciousness. Nonconformity can become isolation. So at times they can kind of go into full hermit mode where you haven't heard from them in a while, and it's up to you guys to pull out the Aquarius, not only to have a little bit of fun, but to see that sometimes that balance of isolation versus community is super important for them in particular. And detached in conflict. So sometimes they want to be the peacekeeper, other times they don't want to have anything to do with it, right? And we've been seeing that a lot in politics lately with the Aquarian age. And this is where we should decide, right? We should decide what battles are important and which battles are really none of our business. And Aquarius at times is actually pretty good at that. So this Aquarius energy, right? The collective vision, this thinking, being innovative and rebellion, that is the energy. If we look astrologically, I've been told that the last time we had a civil war in the United States was through certain planetary shifts that are occurring now. I'm not saying we have to judge right into war now. We can be actually fighting a very spiritual format of the war and coming in through the spirit. Hey Sarah, I'm so glad you made the reading. We're becoming more innovative in this time. Aquarius is about technology, and more people are telling me all about AI, right? How we can utilize AI in all these different ways, and how it can actually benefit us and not just harm us. So I think there is a balance to that, right? Of how we innovate as humanity and what we can do to be more humanitarian. Just seeing in the chat now when people are engaging even on YouTube and connecting with one another, we can educate each other with not only our experiences, but our gifts, and this is how we do make a better place. Detachment from drama, clarity of the mind. We are all assessing right now what parts of our lives have not been helpful lately. Lately, I mean more than ever. I would say in the last 2 months, like coming into this year and moving into March, into the spring of the actual new year, we're really cleaning up. We're cleaning up what doesn't serve us in our homes, in our careers, in our jobs, in our family, in our friends, and good for us, right? We want to have a clear mindset as we move forward into this beautiful fire horse energy. And the theme I wrote down is, I need freedom to grow. And what does that look like to you? What does that feel like as far as energy? I need freedom to grow. With the solar eclipse, it magnifies this energy in Aquarius, right? And again, this is all an interpretation of mine. I am not an astrologer. I would recommend to always look into the astrology for your chart, where you are exactly, because depending on these placements, certain things are at a better time for you. So again, this is just a collective reading for the new moon in Aquarius right now, up until March. So you may be experiencing some fate-like meetings or events and realizations for yourself. You're going to open and expand the way that you see this year. And fan-freaking-tastic. So, sudden clarity or turning points you may come up with very quickly because of this fire horse, that you're going to have to make decisions on point and really hone into your chest, into your heart, and really feel into what is going to be needed here, what form of clarity. I cannot tell you how important the power of prayer is to me and in my life. So if you don't know what to do, I would say pray on it. Pray and ask for clarity. Just be ready for it. Every time I had in my life in the past asked for clarity, divine came in, but whoa, was it intense. It was a huge slap in the face. So be ready to embrace that with gratitude, that not only did you ask for it, but the fact that you asked for it means that you're ready for it to happen now and to turn. With that, a door may be closing and a new door is opening simultaneously. Right? We need to make space. There is no shame in making space and honoring that part of you that needs that space. Whether that is going into hermit mode for a period of time or moving into action. I will admit, because it is the fire horse energy, I will say any form of action is action. So even if you're a turtle, like myself sometimes, we always know the story, the turtle wins the race. So these long-term shifts in this expansion is within 6 to 18 months. So a lot of you may quantum leap, and a lot of you may not know what quantum leaping is, or you may think it's physics and math. All I will tell you is that when you decide to really face the parts of yourself, and you make the decision to change, and even embrace change, even when it's not comfortable, everything around you shifts. And then you get to see a part of yourself and smile, because it was like you always knew you were ready for this, and you're ready for it now. There will be internal shifts. It has to happen. You're gonna pull away from things that have been attaching you, that have limiting your evolution. You will be in uncomfortable situations to see it or feel it yourself. If you haven't already, I would advise not to pull away. Just dive into the feeling, dive into that discomfort, and see that you're ready to put your attention to it now. Desire to live as the most authentic version of yourself. Hi, here I am. I'm Fedra. This is my channel. I'm on YouTube. In June, I will be a year doing this, and you gotta see it from my face. I absolutely love what I'm doing. And I'm gonna continue doing it. It is a blessing to have this gift that was passed down to me by my mother. And that is what I hope that you will do this year. That no matter how big or small, no matter what age you are, no matter what gifts you possess, there is people out there that wish to accept you and see you and will pay you accordingly for your craft. So just live it. Just take that step. Emotional neutrality that brings truth to the surface. Thank you, Michael. I embrace the spirit of the turtle. Yes. Emotional neutrality that brings truth to the surface is the most important thing I would say from this part is having emotional regulation. Really seeing the parts of yourself that you have to emotionally regulate. And this will take you on in the long run, so that when things come to the surface, you're able to see and feel the truth of what it is, rather than the emotion running away with you, or even getting to you, or manipulating you in a certain way. There's a lot of things going on in the world and around you, and the way is by being grounded and staying grounded. The breakthroughs are vision downloads. You will receive downloads in signs, in dreams, and this will bring on new ideas and creative inspirations. We will have more technology expansion, and we're calling in to join or build new communities or networks. It's beautiful. If you're in a relationship, or it's concerning relationships in this moon cycle, do not be surprised if you're rethinking boundaries and energetic shifts in your friends' circles, and looking at energetic contracts. You'll be looking at more healthier alignment with people that who really support growth and less tolerance for codependency and restrictive dynamics. And finally, the spiritual aspect here is again that collective consciousness. We're all upgrading. We're all aligning to where we are for our soul purpose and doing that work. Even when we think we're not doing the work, it is a part of that process. And it is a beautiful process. It's sacred. We are reconnecting to our purpose. We are stronger and becoming more intuitive, and psychic increases as we do this inner work. Especially those that watch my channel, you definitely have been working on meditation, third eye work, intuition feelings, sacral work, solar plexus. I know you all are doing it. Keep doing that. It's so inner healing, as well as you give that over to the other person. And then, as I said, you're stepping into your future self, this timeline. It's no longer going to be the future. It's going to be a part of your present. So again, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It really helps me build, and my goal is to get to 500, like Sparta, 500 subscribers. We're really close to 300. It takes all of you to help me do so, and we really, 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 really appreciate it. So let's see, what do we have as far as truth? Truth for us to reflect. What is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? So what story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. It's time to upgrade. It's the second time that word came up. Look your belief in the eye, and where did it come from? What new belief are you ready to adopt in its place? And how will this change your results? Remember, your belief is the root of your result. Own it, heal it, and upgrade it. Who can I serve today? Yes. How can you be of service? In a world lacking lacking soul-to-soul connection, small and simple acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impact. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in the service of others. Who needs you today? Listen to your heart. Who needs you? Listen to your heart. Who needs you? Make one soulful connection today and give solely to spread more love, expecting nothing in return. Notice the joy that you feel when you serve others. What if it isn't true? The thing you are telling yourself right now, the concrete reasons why you think you don't belong. You can't do it. You won't get there. You're not enough. Or it's not for you. What if it wasn't true? It's time for a soul chat. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and ask the wise one within you, what if it isn't true? What else might be possible? Journal your answer. What lie do I need to let go of to reach my soul's truth? Super deep today. I love it. So I hope he's still here. But Matthew Mushlin was here in the chat, and I thank you for joining the channel with us. And I know Matthew because we are part of a book. We were a part of a book that published in 2022, and it's Shift with Intention and Soar, and his beautiful story is in this book, and you can get it on Amazon, as well as I'm in there, of course. But I definitely wanted to take a moment and give a shout out to him for supporting me and coming on the channel. Definitely you should read his story. Definitely follow him on Facebook too. He does wonderful posts. Really love your writing. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you for expressing your voice. And again, it was a privilege to be a part of that. I can't believe how long ago that was. I didn't have the link on today, but you can always, send me a tip or two. We love the donations here on the channel. And you can Venmo me, that's pinned at the top of the chat. So before I jump into the tarot, this might be just a little loud. I'm just going to do a few bells. Clear that. Okay, so let's dive into the tarot. I know, Sarah, that one doorway closed, and look, we have another opening up. The cards do not lie. Yeah, definitely share this at the end of the replay. That really helps grow my channel as well to be seen. And definitely give it a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing already. And again, my name is Fedra. goddess is just popping out. I had a calling to bring out the goddess cards. I truly do love them. I love the golden crown on the back. I can't make it up. I'm gonna have to leave this card out. It is Kali, my dear goddess Kali. The old must be released so that the new can enter. Endings and beginnings. What did we just say, Sarah? Okay. Well, let's get some clarity on this Six of Spears. A lot about swords and coins again. A lot about ideas and thoughts and money. Clarity on Six of Spears. Clarity on Nine of Swords. Yeah, a lot of this is about passion. Ooh, okay. Page of coin. Ooh, Tara. Ace of coin. Oh, come on, you. And lastly, Seven of Swords. Clarity on the outcome. Purification. All right, that was enough for me. So we have Judgment. This is definitely destined with the Four of Coin. So with this Aquarius energy, right? We're going to be destined in making decisions, and this karmic cycle that is turning around, full round. And now with the Four of Coin, we're getting balanced with our physicality, with our money, with our career, with our people, with our communities, as we said. All of that is accumulation, so don't hold on to it tightly. We need to balance that give and take, and understanding that every exchange that we do is a karmic point. So it's about, what are we really bringing into these relationships, bringing into these places, and seeing, you know, what are we fulfilling, what are we resolving? You know, there may be some old cycles here that have washed away now, and we're opening up into this anew and balance, you know, 4 into 2, which are about relationships. You know, 7 of coin is coming from above. You know, a lot of us are working diligently on our craft, really improving our craft, nourishing that craft, really seeing it. It's not completed. It's at a 7, which is beautiful. We have to hang in there. We have to really stay in that grounded state that what is for us will come. And that we have to constantly think about our karma. I mean, not constantly, but you do really need to see what you put in and what you put out with people. You need to understand that even the negative part is a positive, because you are resolving things in this life, especially if you're doing ancestral work. You know, King of Spears, this guy's over here. You know, that's recent past. You know, you all are reflecting about choices that you made. You know, you're really sitting with it. You have another spear. I thought I saw one. Yep, you have 6 of Spear here too. So let's go into recent past. We have the King, which is about your honor, about your freedom, your openness. You know, and we were talking about that earlier. What is the energy of freedom? What does freedom look like to you? I just said it a little bit ago, and already I gotta look at, yeah, I need freedom to grow. That was the mantra. That is the most recent past. That's changes, inner changes. And in the King, we could also say that that's the masculine side of you. Not even as a feminine, but even as a masculine. It's coming into that beautiful part of the father archetype that we were having Saturn shift recently. Now we're going into, okay, what is inspiring me? What is moving me into the direction to change and to be better? What do I have to remove to have this freedom that I long for? And what kind of freedom does it look like? You know, as I said, Aquarius is that innovative thinker. It's not always one or the other. I'm not saying to be constantly on, you know, social media and moving into being constantly in the 3D, in the physical world, but you also can't completely remove to being in the middle of nowhere, off the grid. I mean, you can if that's what you really perceive as freedom, but is it to be removed completely from humanity and community? We've already seen that we all want to belong to a degree. So it's about understanding what that freedom and that balance is. Queen of Cups, you know, good job. A lot of you are emotionally bonding to yourself. You are bonding to your practice. This is Sansa in prayer. You know, you're really assessing maturely about the emotions at hand recently, and in this Aquarian time, it is, like I said, about emotional regulation. You know, see if you're indoors too much. Maybe you do need to get out into nature more, or getting deeper into your spiritual practice, and finding that stillness with yourself is also going to still the mind. In the near future, we have 6 of Spears. This is about self-confidence, acknowledgement, success, prizes. You are recognized and awarded for your work or your community, educational or sporting achievements. This answer is a yes. If your question was, will I pass my exam or win that award? It's also showing, you know, more self-confidence within yourself and in relationships, feeling, you know, that high love. You know, maybe some of you are taking your relationship to the next level. Maybe some of you are going to be in relationships very soon. And when I asked for that clarity, that was divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? So you're going to go for it. You're going to go for really pursuing your passions. And it could very well balance in all of these aspects of you in the near future. It's maybe even saying to reflect on that. You know, with Aquarius, it's about seeing what and deciding what is your passion and really going through it, no matter what others think or what others plan for you or suggest to you. Because remember, Aquarius is our innovative. They are completely original. They're not going to follow anybody or follow like a set up plan. They're going to make their own plan. And they're going to follow it because they follow their heart. I know that's so cliche, but I mean, you can't get it any clearer than that of divine passion. What really stirs you into service, what really makes you do it, because in the near future, you know, you're being really credited for the work, and this is intricate work. This isn't somebody that's, you know, an amateur. You've done this over 7 times, 7 cycles. So Knight of Swords, you know, not the greatest. You know, he's not immature, but he's not mature. But he's kind of in the middle there. So this is that energy of, you know, still maturing on the thought side. So this is potentially stress, you know, getting to you, conflict, drama. Like we were saying, Aquariuses don't like drama. So there might be some people coming at you in this Aquarius cycle that kind of want to stir the pot a little bit. I would not tell them all of your ideas and motivations. I would keep it to yourself. And when I asked for clarity, it said to remind you that you are a sorceress. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So again, understand that you're a magical person. You know, you're a wizard, Harry. Remember, all of you watching me, you guys are sorcerers and wizards. You're light workers, you're healers, you're musicians, you're artists, you're painters, all of you whom I adore. Just remember who you are, and, you know, do not let others' opinions really take you off of that, because again, they can't fill that passion for you. They could actually deviate and harm you in that if you listen to them and deviate. And they don't know what's in your heart. You do. That's it. They may have good intentions, of course. But in this case, where it's placed, it's really about stressing and about, you know, trying to be determined and trying to have finesse and trying to do things fast. And it's not going to happen. Like, the way that you manifest it is, again, by taking action, having the vision, setting the intention, and letting go of the timing. Because timing is relative. It could happen right now. It could happen next week. It could happen a month from now into the next cycle. Either way, it will come to you what you've manifested, as long as you do the inner work. And you will do the work, because here's Page of Coin. So you're going to get a little bag of tricks. Maybe not the whole shebang, but you're going to get compensated. And because it's the page, it's new, it's immature, it's a start. So I'm already telling you, following that passion, you know, keeping to the mission and the sorcery here, the understanding of your divine power is going to get you there. It's going to get you that recognition, that income, that good news. And we have White Tara as clarification, which is you are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. I would even be so far to say that do not be surprised in the near future you may change your diet as well. Not abruptly, but because of the sensitivity involved in this card, you may start to limit things that you eat, things that you listen to. Again, any chemicals in the house that you used to use, but now it doesn't feel good. Again, we heard earlier about becoming a little bit more pickier about the people that you surround yourself with and what energy they have, so that you can develop deeper into your passion, into your focus, and more aligned with you, with your authentic self. Then we got Ace of Coin. So it's just getting more and more abundant here. And when it clarified, it said, true love. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. So look at that. not only abundance in wealth. Don't you feel, and you guys can correct me in the chat, I want to hear what you think. You know, don't you feel that when you're at peace in your heart, like nothing else can waver you? Like you know that this is what you're supposed to do and this is where you're supposed to be. I mean, we can be romantic and say that it's about a relationship, but it's also the relationship with yourself of completing and doing what you said you were going to do, being notarized or recognized for it, and then being compensated. It makes you feel very much like you fully embodied and followed your heart, and everything led you to this moment. Everything led to this, to your truest self. Because it does say new beginnings. So some of you may have new beginnings in business. You may have a property, prosperity. It's not just physical. Some of you may get married in partnerships in business. Again, that true love's calling. All of that. I mean, it's fulfilling this passion, your craft, you know, it's like earning this through your journey is all of these beautiful gifts. Recognizing yourself, recognizing others, recognizing their relationship within that. I was going to say with those boundaries in place. And then we have as the final outcome, Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords is usually a thief, usually something that's trying to steal, you know, not the greatest, you know, not the greatest card. But when I asked for clarification, purification came. So some of us, you know, will need to do a spiritual bath, spiritual cleansing, breath work, get a Reiki session, do some Reiki. You know, dishonesty, theft, transgression, mistrust. This 7, again, another 7 here. So 7 and 7. Really, really strong, you know, symbolism here. You know. While the card can also indicate legal issues and business malpractice, more generally, it reveals an atmosphere of mistrust and the need for vigilance. Keep your wits about you and guard what is rightfully yours. And it says purification. It's time for a cleansing, detoxification of your mind and body. So the fact that we have judgment at the core here, and we have Kali here, I think we also need to understand that there are, you know, people now that are under investigation. There are people that are doing scammy things. We're looking at how businesses were formed and what partnerships they were in, what communities they were a part of, and who those people were linked to. And we are seeing that that was all fake, or that it was stealing from someone else to give to someone else. And that is going to come to light. And the only way to really cleanse that cycle is through purification. Meaning, if you're doing shady things, you need to stop it. At least if you're coming on here, I can feel this energy, and it's not good. And it's not good practices. And that's where, in order to see that the people that you aligned with in business and in partnerships, if you had any inkling that there was something fishy about it, I would suggest to do background checks, a good lawyer, and clearing your name. Clearing that business. And clearing all of your practices energetically from your body and mind and soul. And start anew. There's no other reason why I would see Kali in here and in Judgment of doing a whole reset on the money aspect, love aspect, health aspect, community and freedom. You know, that's where, you know, a lot of times we get involved with the wrong people and then we find out what they truly are. The only way to really admit that fault is by confessing. You know, not necessarily confessing to someone. You can go into prayer and confess that you were just wrong with the wrong people and they had lied or you had lied, and that you now are coming into being a new person. With technology, things are being found so fast now, and people are cross-checking things, and people are coming to conclusions very fast too, where we have to be diligent of what we are researching and what is being said to us versus what is written on the line. Because that's serious here. You know, this is the point in which Sam, you know, had to make a decision between what was right and his family. And his own family casted him out. And so I would just say, think of your soul. Think of what is authentically you. Because no matter the decision is always yours. We go into victim mentality when we think it's someone else or something is against us. If we are truly infinite beings, then we are all of collective. Then everything we have done is really up to us. And how we move forward authentically is also up to us. And with Kali, the fire is true. In fire, it purifies what must go, what must be released. And in this fire horse energy, we have the ability to transform like the phoenix into the most beautiful higher self that we can be if we just choose that and believe that and embody that. I know I have more time because I usually do an hour, but I am very, very complete with that reading. So if any of you are still here, let me know in the chat if you want me to get out the angel cards or if you want me to get the Moonology. Again, my name is Fedra. If you like what you're seeing, give me a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe. While I pack this up, I do have some events coming up. And I probably left it on the other desk like I did earlier. Of course I did. Let's see. No? I got my little blue thing right here, but I know I wrote something else somewhere else, but all right, if that's what it is. 4 events coming up. On the 21st, which is Saturday, 7 to 8 o'clock, I'll be doing a sound bath in Florida, in Largo Pinellas Park. It's called All 5 Elements Kava Bar. Ask for Chris, he's the owner. Amazing drinks, We'll have a beautiful sound bath, Heath and I, where we will dive into to meditate into our breath and transform with music. I will be performing, and Heath. And then on the 24th, which will be a Tuesday, I'll be in Ybor, if you're in the area. And I will be at Hot Wax during their Hot Wax Market. Amazing coffee. I also love their kratom there. I have a kratom problem. I will be doing tarot there from 7 to 11, depending on you guys coming by. I can do 15-minute, 30-minute, private readings. Come and say hi to me if you want to say hi and support me and say hello, or we could just have a drink. Never know, depending. And that's at Hot Wax Coffee Bar in Ybor. And then I will see you all on the next full moon on March 3rd. That'll be a Tuesday. And again, I really thank you all for coming and supporting the channel and the live stream. I hope that gave you some insight into this beautiful cycle in Aquarius and this fire horse energy. Definitely, I would recommend to do some water, do some moon water for tonight. Take a spiritual bath if you have the time. Clean house. Definitely make some space if needed. If you ever want a private reading with me, that's a one-on-one, you can always email me. You can always message me on Facebook on my business, Soul Note Healing, as well as Instagram, which is Fedra Aquarius. Love to talk with you if you have any questions and just want a consultation. And now, as you've seen with our live streams with the Sound Circle, we've now created a Facebook group page, and it is called the 369 Sound Circle. Doesn't matter if you're not in Florida. If you just want to come and express your voice, you're learning an instrument, you want to know more about sound baths and meditation, come and join the group. It's free, and we'd love to just engage. So I hope you had a great time with me tonight. And I'm gonna miss you guys. I don't know, I felt like it was a while since we did the last one, but with this fast forward energy, the 3rd will be around and we'll already be in March. Soon we're gonna be in spring. It's crazy. Let us just embrace this in gratitude. We have Mercury retrograde starting at the end of the month. Didn't want to go into that. I'll go into that in the March when we're in it. And yeah, just so grateful for you all. So again, get me to the goal. We're getting to 500 subscribers. I'll see you all in the next one.